Good afternoon. This is Ronald Burr with another edition of Style Speaks. Actually, this is our preview fall extravaganza. Okay, I've been on hiatus for a while. We kind of took the summer off because it's just too hot. Yes. And I've been concentrating on other things, but I am really pleased to bring the new fall season with a very, as you can see, a very fashionable gent here. And my guest today is Dondrae McGee. How you doing, sir?
Great, sir. How are you?
All right. Appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. You're looking swell.
Thank you.
You kind of showed me up a little bit, but I try to dress it down so that you can show me up because I don't want people to talk about me. Who wrong with me? They talk about me enough. You know what I mean? But you're looking good. You're looking the part.
Thank you.
Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm actually from Prince George's County. I currently reside in Charles County, Maryland, with my wife and my daughter.
Okay, beautiful family, by the way.
Thank you so
Definitely.
much.
You just celebrated a birthday recently, right?
Yes, I did. A cool 32 is what I call it.
Oh, I remember those years. 32. I don't want to say how many years back, but I don't see Dara Gray yet, so you all good. Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about what you do. I know you're a stylist. Yes. I know you're a fashion consultant.
Yes.
First, I wanted to find out kind of sort of where it all began. If you can give us a little history as to, you know, how you kind of became personally, how you kind of became this fashionable gent where fashion was something that you kind of owned and took advantage of.
Well, oddly enough, some years ago, probably 10 years ago, I had a mentor. I have a mentor, and he said, Dondrae, you know, you should take pictures of what you wear and just track, like make an album or something like that. Because people should be looking at this.
Is that right?
That's what he told me, and I thought nothing of it.
Like, why people gonna want to look at me?
Exactly. So I just thought nothing of it.
All right.
Yeah. But you know, it just came regular to me to dress myself.
Okay.
Then
well, where does that? Let me just. Where does that actually come from? Did you have a male kind of image in your family that you kind of looked up to? But where did that whole dressing up thing come from as a little boy?
Well, you know what's really funny is as a younger male, I was overweight.
Okay.
I was pretty big, and I found out from some odd reason, I can't remember where, but that dress could overcompensate.
Right.
So this actually stemmed from or birthed from a weakness of mine.
Okay.
And so
like an insecurity.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Insecurity. And so kind of putting clothes together and colors and whatnot, people began to gravitate toward me.
Okay.
And I said, oh, this is a good thing.
Okay.
Oh, plus I'm cool, by the way.
Okay.
And I look good.
Right.
So I just kept going from there and began to, as I got older, started learning about different brands and whatnot, and more about color scheme and things like that. And then there was a request made by a family friend of ours, of my wife and I, who had a son going to prom. She asked me to help. I sent out one tweet, and from there, it just went, hey,
wow.
So here we are now. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that's an interesting story. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, kind of where that comes from. But I like stories like this because it kind of tells you a little bit more about the person and how they got to be, and recognizing their own insecurities and shortcomings and how you overcompensated the fact that you maybe were a little larger. You were insecure about that. But people weren't going to pay attention to that. They were going to pay attention to what I had on.
Exactly.
So that took the focus off the fact that you may have been a little bit more insecure about that. That's very interesting. So that just kind of snowballed, I guess, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So but you still had to have the interest and the insight to, it's starting to rain on us, the insight as to, wanted to taking it to another level. How did that progress?
I do have an uncle who was always into fashion, and he would give me all of his old stuff, the stuff that he didn't want to wear anymore.
Okay.
So, I'm in middle school, like 8th grade, and I have a leather coat.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, we have this inside joke where he's the only 8th grade kid with a leather coat.
Okay.
So, those were kind of the things that kind of kept me kind of
It's
ahead.
Raining on us. We need to get the umbrella. Hold this for a second.
Sure.
Keep talking to the camera. We don't edit this. This is how we do.
Yeah, this is live. Style Speaks.
Yep, go ahead.
But yeah, so, only kid in 8th grade with the leather coat. And that kind of, like I said, kept me ahead of the fashion curve or the style curve, if you will. But back then, it was sweatpants and sneakers and things like that. So, yeah.
Wonderful, man. I mean, it just takes that determination. I mean, sometimes, and I ask people all the time why they get into the business that they get into, whether it's modeling, acting. And usually for modeling, people usually approach them and say, well, you look like you should model.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? And that's usually the response that I get from people who have started out in the business is based on what somebody else thought. And that kind of sort of is your story. So I just think that's interesting how other people's insight and input really affects our decision as to us doing what we do. You see how that works?
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's always really cool too to meet people who already have it inside and just decided to kind of pursue it on their own, or didn't really necessarily need that push.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so what about what you do is more sort of interesting? I think the stylist piece, I mean, I have some stylist skills. I don't really brand myself as a stylist, but I get a lot of that same piece too. But the whole fashion consulting thing, you really have to work one-on-one with a person, get to know the person. And I really don't have the time and the patience because they want to tell you what to do, and I'm like, okay, well, you need the consultant, and I want to kind of have some control over what happens here. So what do you find the most challenging of the two roles that you play as far as the fashion consulting and the stylist piece?
The most challenging thing is working with men solely. Is as men we can be a little quiet.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes men could be worse than women when it comes to dressing up.
You're absolutely right.
Don't sleep on that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, because it's this thing of, well, why should I have another man tell another grown man how to dress?
Right.
So that they do. So that, I mean, that's a challenge in and of its own right. Another challenge is the client service aspect to what I do. For example, when we're out shopping, you don't carry bags.
Okay.
I carry bags.
Okay.
It's about an experience.
Okay.
But again, the alpha male masculinity, I'm good. I work out.
Right.
That tends to come out. But the reality is that's not a part of the experience.
Right. And the service you provide.
There you go.
It's a service level.
That's right.
Get it.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean that's one challenge. I will say I give a good amount of credit to wives and girlfriends.
Okay.
Because not a lot of men come straight out to me and say, hey, I need help. So I've been getting a lot of assists from wives and girlfriends.
Can you help my man? He may get mad, but I need to send him to you because he don't. When we go out to dinner, he wear them same black shoes and that same such and such. I so get it.
But the great thing is that at that point the ice is broken. So then they say, oh, okay, not only do I see what you do, now I can respect it.
Right.
Because I've never had a stylist before. I've seen it on television.
Right.
Now that I've gotten a chance to experience it, I respect it. Let's do work.
Well, I think it's for, I think what you present and what really kind of attracted me to your page and what you do is that you're for the everyday man.
Yes.
And you don't have to be a superstar, a personality on TV, a TV host, whatever, to have a stylist. I'm not sure your prices, but I'm sure you work with some po folk too. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying you're not above working with the everyday man who just really deems how he looked important.
Absolutely.
And put a little pride in that. And if that needs to come from his girlfriend, his mama, his sister, then so be it.
Yeah.
But as long as they buy into the process, then you're good.
Absolutely.
Then you're good. So how long have you been doing it?
Well, like seriously, probably about a little over an hour. I mean, I've been doing this
He
about
just
an hour.
started an hour ago. He's bad, and I found him like an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Actually, a year, a little over a year.
Okay, wonderful. Well, how do you want to expand? How do you want to grow? What's your kind of short-term and then long-term goal? What do you want to do from here?
Great question. So short-term goal, actually, I've already accomplished it. One of my things is I don't like for a client to leave my presence without a need. So, for example, I had a client who I was styling for Stellar Awards.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't have
a gospel artist.
Yes.
Can you name
artist.
names?
Sure. Devin Turner.
Okay.
Devin Turner. He's actually a pastor as well, Revolution Church in DC.
Okay.
So he got a chance to perform at one of the showcases for new and upcoming artists.
Okay.
So had his look laid out, everything done, but he didn't have a pocket square.
Okay.
So
and he needed the pocket square.
He needed
to
the pocket
finish
square.
off the outfit.
To finish off everything.
Okay.
Didn't have one. Upset me. So what I said was, I'm gonna go and buy something for clients. Then I thought about it, why buy them when I can make them? So what I then did is went to a fabric store, bought up a whole bunch of fabric, and then I learned how to sew.
Okay.
So the short-term goal was to learn how to sew pocket squares, get that done so that none of my clients leave me without a need being met.
Wonderful. That is amazing, man. That's well. I wish you like the best of luck with this, man. I mean, you have to you got some cards here. I guess you want to show, but tell everybody how we can find you and what you kind of told us what you're working towards and how can we get a part of your service.
Sure thing. But one thing I did want to express a long-term goal.
Okay.
So long-term goal is because I want to work with professional athletes.
Okay.
Namely NBA.
The ballers.
Yes, absolutely. And my long-term goal is within the next 5 years, I want to work with an NBA going into the draft, NBA player going into the draft.
Okay.
That's my long-term goal.
Okay, sort of. Yeah, well, that's definitely needed.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely needed.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, go on. Tell us about how we can find you.
So, on Instagram, you can find me at Haber-Now. Email haber-now@gmail.com. And, if you need to know how to spell it, HABERDASHNOW.
You working on a website? Are we gonna be looking for a website for you? Are you just you kind of? I noticed you don't have a website.
Yeah,
is that under construction, or you just haven't decided that's the route you want to take yet?
It's actually convenient for me to do the way that I'm doing it now.
Okay, it works for you
because it's quick. You know what I mean? There's some other endeavors I have on my plate right now that
you want to build a little bit more and do it. Well, it sounds like a smart man to me. Dondrae, thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
All right, you want to just kind of show what you got in your hand?
Actually, this is a gift, okay? Because Ronald, he found me and he said, I want to interview you. So I feel like I owe you a gift, man.
Oh my goodness! Now I had no idea. He's put me on the spot. I had no idea. This looks like a box of business cards. I had no idea that he was presenting me with something. But I'll take it.
It's my token of appreciation
thank you so much
for what you do.
Oh man, that is so cool. I'm not gonna open it on air. Why not? Okay, I'll take a picture with it after we close here.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you so much, my friend.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Awesome.
And I see big things in store for you.
Thank you.
Definitely. I have a good eye for that, and you got the right stuff.
Awesome.
Very, very classy, man. And he stood out here in the rain,
Yes, indeed.
and I had to go get an umbrella and all that. We do what we do out here, though. We don't play. We don't play. Well, that's been another edition of Style Speaks, our fall presentation of Style Speaks. And until the next time, see you later.